Vanakkam, Prem Namaste and humble salutations. Thank you for choosing Sunday Sadhana, your ultimate Hindu magazine show on SABC2. All things fresh, all things colourful and all things new. In today's episode, we get into Diwali mood with Shanu Ramduth, who shares her Chana Magaj recipe. And we visit the new look Sri Shiva Subramanai Alayan in Shallcross. Yes, it is that time of the year again, when sugary scents fill the air and our kitchens are transformed into sweetmeat havens. Helping us along is Shanu Ramduth with a tantalizing yet traditional Indian delicacy, the popular Chana Magaj.
Good morning and Prem Namaste to all our viewers. With the spirit of Diwali all around us, we are caught up in this festivity. This is a time for giving and sharing. So what we're doing today is preparing Chana Magaj, and I am going to show you a simple method to prepare this delicious sweetmeat.
To make the Chana Magaj, you will need 2 cups of gram flour, 2 cups of icing sugar, 2 cups of clim powder, 2 cups of butter ghee, a half a teaspoon of ilachi powder, 1 tablespoon of milk, and almonds to decorate.
The first step is to take your gram flour and put it into a bowl. Add a tablespoon of ghee, a tablespoon of milk, and half a teaspoon of ilachi powder, and then you work this mixture with the tips of your fingers. The next step is to heat up your ghee. Once the ghee is heated up, you add in your chana flour. Allow this to cook for about 10 minutes or until the gram flour is golden brown. We now switch off the heat and allow to stand for a few minutes. The next step is to add in your icing sugar. And stir it in. Once the icing sugar has been mixed in well, the next step would be to add in your clim and constantly stir. This is what it should look like once you've added all your ingredients. I have a baking pan ready, and the next step would be to drop it into this baking pan and allow it to cool. Our sweetmeat is now ready, and I will place this in the refrigerator and allow it to set. And once it has been set, I will cut it up and place it in trays ready for distribution.
To recap the ingredients, you will need 2 cups of gram flour, 2 cups of icing sugar, 2 cups of clim powder, 2 cups of butter ghee, a half a teaspoon of ilachi powder, 1 tablespoon of milk, and almonds to decorate.
Welcome back. The popular Sri Shiva Subramanai Alayan in Shallcross now boasts a modern, brand new look. The temple celebrated its 45th anniversary prayer in magnificent style with a week-long observance, including the Mahakumbha Abhishekam ceremony to consecrate the presiding temple deities, and Sunday Sadhana was there to sap up the spiritual vibrations.
The temple actually started in 68, and during that time this country had what we call the Group Areas Act. And in those years, the Indian community that came to this area were moved, forcefully removed from various other areas. And they came here already at that time uprooted and lost their houses, the land. But they agreed with what the scriptures say, that they should not live in an area where there is no temple. The old residents then got together and built this outside structure of the temple. In 2013, the entire committee decided that the temple needs an upgrade because it's 45 years old and there are certain improvements we need.
This is the third Kumbha Abhishekam prayer that is being undertaken by the society, by this temple. And the Kumbha Abhishekam prayer actually gives us the opportunity to do renovations and alterations prior to the prayer. These are legacies from our grandfathers, and we should try to respect that. What you see now is a mixture of new and old. We've managed to blend the preserving of the history and giving us the new look and feel of the temple that gives us the opportunity to hand over to the next generation.
The landmarks in Shallcross is the gopurams of this temple. And I think we've also managed to achieve that by putting the gold on the gopurams, not changing or defacing the gopurams. I think we've actually came across the spectrum, and we've actually now satisfied not only the older generation but also the newer generation.
The carvings that you see in the background are actually done by artisans from India. There was two of them who came and they actually performed all those tasks. What was most amazing about this is that these gentlemen were given a task to do, a verbal instruction, and that was translated to the artwork that you see. The murtis that were created, and it is fascinating to watch them actually create these murtis out of basically nothing.
The idea was, or the concept was, and my thought was to sort of try and get the temple to what we see it as today, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that the temple was going to look at what it has come out today.
We only can be grateful to God that the men and women of this temple had put their heads together and taken this task to achieve what we've done.
It is God's will that has allowed us and given us the strength to actually perform this task. It's not our will. It is the will of God that has come through and made us as His instruments to perform these tasks and hand over to the next generation.
I want the youth to try and get more involved with the community. We want to try and look at projects, many projects that we want to start off with, get them involved, get them responsible for those projects, and see them as the future leaders of this Alayan.
powerful display indeed, and the fruit of much discipline and dedication. As Swami Sivananda once said, put your heart, mind and soul into even your smallest acts. This is the secret of success. So let's remember this as we prepare for Diwali over the next week. Keep up the sadhana. Om Namo Narayana.